everyone. This is Samya Arjun from Kerala, the school coordinator of XAVIER'S School Newadhiya. And I am a MPhil scholar from University of Madras in Ancient History and Archaeology. So today I am going to take a SS session. So I am starting with the class 9th history textbook, the 3rd chapter, Nazism and the Rise of Hitler.
Hello my dear students, hope all of you are fine in this time. I know we are not going through a smooth situation now, but don't worry, everything will be alright soon. So let us hope for the best. So today I am going to teach you about the rise of Hitler and what made Hitler to be one of the most notorious leader in the world. Then we can find out what are the strategies Hitler used to capture the power in Germany and what he did to attract the attention of people towards him. Then how he projected himself as a savior of Germany. So now let us check the reasons behind Hitler's rise to power one by one. Hitler was one of the most dangerous person in the world. We can easily say that by seeing his direful activities against Jews. There are thousands of people killed under his rule. He was a person without humanity at all. Hitler's rise to power can be considered as the darkest era in mankind. Actually, several factors led to the growth of the most infamous man who ever lived on our planet. The crisis in the economy, polity and society formed the background to Hitler's rise to power in Germany. Then, Hitler was an Austrian by birth. He born in 1889 in Austria. Hitler had a very miserable childhood and his father was very much rude towards him. Then, when the First World War broke out, he joined the army and acted as a messenger in the war front. And later he earned several medals for bravery. Then the defeat of Germany in the First World War horrified him and the Versailles Treaty made him very furious. Then in 1919, Hitler joined a small group called the German Workers' Party. Then later, he renamed this party as the National Socialist German Workers' Party and this party came to be known as the Nazi Party. Then Hitler's first attempt for political power takeover in 1923 was a failure. Hitler planned to capture Bavaria. Bavaria is an important place in Germany. So with his people, he marched to Berlin and tried to capture the power. But unfortunately, Hitler was arrested for treason and later got released. Initially, in 1930s and all, Nazis could not effectively mobilize popular support in Germany. And it was during the Great Depression that Nazism became a mass movement. Okay, so Nazism became a mass popular movement in Germany at the time of Great Depression. As we already discussed in the last class, after 1929 in Germany, banks were collapsed and business was shut down and workers lost their jobs and the middle class faced a lot of economical issues. So in that situation, Nazi propaganda, Nazi ideology gave hopes of a better future among people. Then in the 1928, the Nazi party got no more than 2.6% votes in the Reichstag. Reichstag is the German parliament. So in that election, they were not having that much support from the people. But by 1932, the situation changed dramatically. Nazi party became the largest party with 37% votes. One of the most important attributes which helped Hitler to become an autocrat of Germany, the ruler of Germany, was his oratory skills. He was a good speaker. In his speeches, words comes with a deep-hearted emotions. His passion and his words moved people towards him. Then he promised to build a strong nation and he said that I will undo the injustice of the Versailles Treaty and I will restore the dignity of the German people. Then he promised employment for those who looking for work in Germany and a secure future for the youth. And we already discussed that at the time of Great Depression and all, people were suffering like anything. Most of the people never had any job. Okay, then he said that I will bring back the pride and dignity of Germany. And his speeches went into the mind of German youths like a bullet. Hitler made a new style of politics. He understood the importance of rituals and spectacles, means visual shows, in mass mobility. And in Germany, Nazis held or conducted massive rallies and public meetings to demonstrate or to show the support for Hitler and to produce a sense of unity among the people of Germany. People used red banners with the swastika symbol, and every speeches and rallies of Hitler and Nazis are welcomed with huge support. So all this Nazi propaganda skillfully and successfully projected Hitler as a Messiah, a savior, or as someone who had arrived to help Germans from their distress, from their miseries. So Hitler's image was a hope for the Germans who lost their pride and dignity after First World War. Then now we can move to the next topic, destruction of democracy in Germany. As we already discussed earlier, in the 1932 election, Hitler's Nazi party became the largest political party in Germany. So, on 13th January 1933, President Hindenburg offered the chancellorship, the highest position in the cabinet ministers, to Hitler. So, now he needed a complete dismantle of democratic rule in Germany. Hitler wants to have his words as the final authority in Germany. He don't want anyone to question him. So, do you know what he did? He seriously had some plans to dismantle or to dispense the democratic rule in Germany. So on February 1933, a mysterious fire that broke out in the German parliament building. Then after this fire incident, Hitler portrayed this was an act of the communist people. Hitler considers communists as the arch enemies. So now he turned towards them and he ordered to take away the communist people from Germany. So communists were targeted in large numbers all over Germany, and most of them were get to the concentration camps. Then, along with this decision, he also brought out some orders into existence, like he suspended civil rights, then like the freedom of speech, freedom of the press and assembly, which are guaranteed by the Constitution of Weimar Republic. So, after these orders and all, he further came up with an act on 3rd March 1933, the famous Enabling Act. This act actually rose Hitler to the most powerful person in the country. It made him as a strong dictator. It gave Hitler all powers to sideline the parliament and rule by his own wish. Then later he banned all the political parties and trade unions except his Nazi party and the Association of Nazi Party. Then after that he made government's complete control over the economy, media, army and judiciary of the country. So now all these things, I mean the economy, media, army and judiciary, everything is under the control of Hitler's government. Then along with these changes, he also made certain other changes like creating new security forces, and they were created to control and to make the society in the ways that Nazis wanted. So the creation of these security forces were to create a new society or to make an order in the society according to the wish of Nazi people. So apart from the normal regular police troops, He created some other groups like Gestapos, criminal police and the security service, then the protection squads, etc. Then he gave enormous power to these troops. So this made Germany as the most dreaded criminal state in the world, because now these security services can take people without proper legal procedures. They can torture them in the concentration camps. Now we can move to the next topic, Reconstruction. So here we are going to discuss about the strategies and plans which Hitler implemented in Germany for the economic revival of Germany. So, as he already promised to the people at the time of election that he will uplift them from poverty and economic crisis, he made certain plans to fulfill his promises. So, he started to work on that. He appointed Helmer Schaff, a famous economist, and assigned him the responsibility of economic recovery of the country. So, this Helmer Schaff aimed at full production and full employment through a state-funded program in Germany. Then, according to his plans, superhighways were created and a car company called Volkswagen being established in Germany. Then, as he started stabilize the economy, so later in foreign policies also, Hitler acquired quick success. Then he pulled Germany out of the League of Nations in 1933. This League of Nations means it was a first international organization which established to maintain world peace. Then in 1936 he reoccupied the Rhineland. I hope you remember that this rich resourceful land was taken away from Germany after First World War according to the Versailles Treaty. Then later in 1938 Hitler integrated or joined Austria and Germany under one slogan: one people, one empire and one leader. Then he didn't stop. What he did now, next he went to Czechoslovakia. There was a place called Sudetenland. It was a German speaking area. So Hitler captured this. Then later the entire country. And all these activities of Hitler were getting the silent support of England. Why? Because England also somehow felt that Germany was treated very badly after the First World War, and especially that Treaty of Versailles was too harsh. So, because of this, Hitler got the silent support of England. So, Hitler did not stop with this. He was going to invest money in buying arms or going to invest in army for buying weapons. So, at that time, Helmer advised him to not to do that, as the country still ran on limited financing. As we already learned, Hitler never likes advisors. He never allowed anyone to question him. So what happened now? Now this Helmer had to leave from Germany. So after the leaving of this economist, Hitler chose war as the option to come out of this economic crisis. Because through war, he can capture other people's territories and resources, and finally he can gain wealth. So he proceeded with this thought. So in September 1939, Germany invaded Poland. Germany attacked Poland. And this attack of Germany started a war with France and England. Because this Poland and France and England had a alliance. So when Germany started attacking Poland, the other two countries also came up with the war. And in September 1940, Hitler signed a tripartite pact between Germany, Italy and Japan. And he did this to gain power in the international level. And by the end of the 1940s, Hitler was at the peak of his power. So with these victories, Hitler now moved to achieve his long-term aim of conquering Eastern Europe. Why? Because he wanted to ensure food supplies and living space for Germans. So for that he attacked the Soviet Union in June 1941. And many historians consider it as a historic blunder made by Hitler. Because after committing this attack, Germany was attacked by Britain in the western side and the powerful USSR in the eastern side. So from these two sides, Hitler faced severe attacks. And the Soviet Union's Red Army attacked Germany till they reached to the heart of Berlin. And at last they defeated German army. So in this phase of the war, Hitler started to lose his power. But this time Japan was trying to expand their power. So what they did now, they attacked USA. They attacked the US naval base called Pearl Harbor. And up to this, US was not interested to participate in the war because it was unwilling to once again face all the economic problems that they faced after the First World War. So when Japan bombed the US base at Pearl Harbor, the US entered the Second World War. Then war ended in May 1945 with the Hitler's defeat and the US dropping of the atom bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. So this is a brief account about the Second World War. I hope all of you understood it. And here I am attaching a video which will give you more clarification regarding this topic.
In September 1919, a former amateur artist and army veteran named Adolf Hitler joined the ranks of the German Workers' Party, later known as the Nazis. It was a decision that would have a profound impact not only on Germany, but the entire world. The atrocities committed by the Nazis at the height of their power are staples of every lesson on World War II. But just how did a democracy like Germany fall under the sway of a tyrant in the first place? It all goes back to Germany's loss to the Allies in World War I. German leaders were forced to sign the Treaty of Versailles, agreeing to shrink its armed forces, give up land, and pay large sums of money in reparations, weakening its already unstable economy. Many Germans felt humiliated and betrayed by their leadership, and there was growing fear that their nation would be stuck in poverty and decline. In this climate of bitterness, Hitler rose to prominence. A gifted public speaker, he captured the people's disillusionment with a series of speeches calling for a stronger, unified Germany. He insisted that one group was to blame for the nation's post-war misfortunes: the Jews. Hitler and his followers attempted a government coup in 1923, but the plan failed. Hitler was jailed for treason for 9 months, but the publicity from the failed coup made him more popular than ever. Then, in 1929, the Great Depression hit, destroying the German economy overnight and leaving millions unemployed. Hitler saw the ensuing chaos as his opportunity to seize power. He loudly criticized the ruling government and promised to return Germany to greatness. Long-suffering Germans believed they had finally found their savior. In Germany's 1932 elections, the Nazis won a majority of seats in parliament, and Hitler ran for president. Though he lost, his soaring popularity inspired President Paul von Hindenburg to appoint him Chancellor, the head of the German government. As Chancellor, Hitler wasted no time tightening his grip on every aspect of German life. He tripled the size of the military, violating the Treaty of Versailles. Under Hitler's orders, rival parties were banned, while paramilitary groups cracked down on protests and executed political opponents. Anti-Semitic laws prohibited Jews from working, voting, and occupying public spaces. A propaganda department produced art, films, and books praising Hitler and embracing his vision of a better Germany. After the death of President von Hindenburg in 1934, Hitler declared himself Führer, an absolute dictator. With Germany under his total control, Hitler would shift his focus to global domination, setting the stage for World War II.
I hope all of you have understood today's topic, and if you are having any concern and doubt, please comment in the comment box. Thank you.